Hello guys, thank you very much for staying with me to follow my quick observations of books. Believe me or not, today I checked every corner of the apartment to find a place to give me simultaneous soft and rich light, but just the lighting was vexing and I came back to the same spot. Again, this lighting is not my desired, but that's no choice. I cannot give up recording the video for you. Anyway, today I'm gonna talk about The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. Angie Thomas has written a very humane, brilliant, incredible book about a teenage girl whose name is Star, and she's my namesake. I enjoyed reading it immensely. Star was born and raised in a black vicinity, but she's sent to a posh high school in the white area in order to stay safe. Her parents wanted to keep her safe out of and to keep her out of violence in the black neighborhood. Since she has witnessed the murder of her best friend as a child once before, and now she's forced to witness another friend's murder again. And this is psychologically too much for the poor girl. And this girl is suffering and challenging all the time between two actually. Specifications actually to different environments and atmospheres she's in, and she's feeling the duality in her personality and characteristics as well, because uh, actually the black community and white community are totally different from each other. On one hand, she's living in a dangerous, poor, dirty, black vicinity, and on the other hand, she studies in a posh white high school, and the place she studies actually is totally different from the place she lives in, and she cannot exactly know who she is, and she's challenging us and struggling all the time with this duality of her own personality. And more importantly, she cannot express herself truly to her classmates. She cannot reveal her own identity, though this identity is not that much clear to herself either. And they do not have any idea, they do not have any opinion of the place she's coming from. So she's concealing her true identity, and just she's projecting her emotions and her ideas on her personal blog. So she starts to be active, and activism is the leading theme that drives and pushes the book forward. Actually, she starts to write, and she brings the racial discrimination and racial injustice plus police brutality on her blog. And this is not what a white community likes or is pleased with. So this kind of writing even makes her more stranger, and more she feels alienated among white classmates. And they are only two students of black community and one Chinese, so they are the whole minority studying in that high school. But her character is developing. She never gives up, and we see that actually her character is challenging. Her character is developing and flourishing till she gains and reaches the full confidence and courage to speak up for her murdered friend. The boy who was murdered by the police and got victimized was a drug dealer, or they thought that he was a drug dealer anyway. Her defense about the boy actually is something that white people do not understand, and they are quite unsympathetical towards the black boy who was killed, and they thought that okay, he was only a drug dealer and his murder was what he just deserved. Well, For a star, this is too much pain, and it's not just, it's not just the white community and just white prejudices and wrong opinions and biased beliefs of the white against the black that suffers here, but the domestic violence among the black community itself is hurting her too. The black community is not clean. The black community is not safe. It's not secure, and it's very evil. And why it is evil? Why actually black people are entrapped in corruption, violence, bloodshed, and just too much evil just because they are poor. This is poverty that is snaring them. This is poverty that is entrapping everyone, and everybody in the black community has to survive. They have to I don't know, they are starving, and they need to find a way to to escape from the hell they're living in. So they are led to drug trafficking, prostitution, and other features of corruption. Anyway, what we can see is that the writer actually, by her protagonist, she's trying to show that the people of color and people of minority are facing and are dealing with racism on a daily basis. Um, they have to fight with wrong ideas, and the idea that racism is over, it's a myth. Racism exists, it's still alive, and we have to fight against it. What I like about the novel is that the character and the book itself is quite inspirational, in a sense that she's trying to raise awareness to cultural issues, to racial issues, to talk about awareness, to talk about humanity. And you might have heard a lot about this stuff of the Black Lives Matter, but now this stuff is taken out of TV and it's written in a novel. You can read it and feel it, and I can tell you that by reading the book, you can connect and associate with a girl instantly. You can feel her life, and the reader is easily put herself into her shoes and can feel the situation. And what I like again is that the book is quite optimistic. Also, this is quite unpredictable. Sometimes it makes you upset, sometimes it gives you the sense of disappointment, but generally at the end, we feel hope rather than despair. Anyway, I highly recommend the book to you, so why don't you pick up a copy? Thank you very much.